You are watching Average Joe Video. I'm Joe, and today I'm going to show you how to change oil on a Honda EU7000is generator. Stay tuned because there are two steps that most people miss when changing oil on this unit. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more helpful videos just like this one. Let's get started. The first step is to start the generator and let it run for about 2 to 3 minutes. This ensures that the oil is warmed up so it drains completely and quickly. After the engine is warmed up, turn it off and open the right maintenance cover using a flathead screwdriver. Next, position a drain pan under the rubber drain hole cover. I prefer to use half-size steam pans because not only are they disposable, but they fit conveniently under the unit without having to elevate it at all. After the drain pan is in place, you can pop out the rubber drain hole cover. A pro tip is to prop the rubber drain hole cover against the edge of the drain pan. This will prevent it from coming in contact with the oil as it drains out of the unit. Next, use a 12mm socket to remove the drain bolt. I use the ratcheting mechanism to break it free, and then I can simply spin it out of there using the extension. I highly recommend using an extension so that you clear the wheel on the side, and that way you have plenty of room to work. After the oil drain bolt is removed, you should also remove the dipstick. This will give the crankcase enough ventilation that the oil will flow more quickly. Keep in mind there is a crush washer on the drain bolt. In this particular instance, it is actually sticking to the crankcase, so I need to remove it before reinstalling the drain bolt. And this actually is a good lead-in to the first mistake that most people make when changing oil on this unit, and that is not replacing the crush washer. According to Honda's maintenance directions, the washer should be replaced after every oil change. Keep in mind that these units are often run for many hours at a time. This means that even a slight drip out of the drain bolt could potentially go undetected. There is a rubber flap that serves as a spout for draining the oil. It's always a good idea to wipe this as clean as possible. Now, I will tell you that it's not uncommon to get a couple drips from this flap even after the oil change is completed. That's nothing to worry about, but do your best to clean it off as much as possible. Okay, next I'm going to install the new crush washer on the drain bolt, and then I'm going to thread it in by hand. So I'm using the extension, but I'm not using the ratcheting mechanism. I always like to turn this in hand tight, that way I avoid any potential for cross threading. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Now it's time to tighten the drain bolt. And unfortunately, this is where most people make the second biggest mistake, and that is tightening the drain bolt based on feel rather than tightening it to the specified torque. Honda calls for a torque of 22.5 Newton meters. So I'm going to set the torque wrench for 22.5 Newton meters. That way I know that the drain bolt is not over tightened and it's also not under tightened. Now that the torque wrench is set to the specified torque, I'm going to install the extension as well as the socket, and then I'm simply going to tighten the drain plug until it clicks. By the way, if you're interested in the supplies I'm using for this video, I will leave links in the description below. Be sure to check those out. Okay, next it is time to refill the crankcase with oil. For this, I'm going to be using standard automotive oil. In this case, I'm using 10W30. That is actually the recommended weight by Honda. You do not have to purchase Honda branded oil unless you want to. I prefer to use Valvoline, so that's what I'm going to be using in this case. This unit has a capacity of 1.16 quarts, but I find it easiest to start by putting in a full quart and then check it and add more as necessary. Keep in mind that it's not going to take the full 1.16 quarts because you never get all of the oil out of the crankcase. The trick to filling this with oil is to make sure that the oil is up the whole way just to the opening of the filler neck, just right below it. As long as you're at that point and the unit is sitting level, you're good. Just to demonstrate, I'm going to check the oil level with the dipstick. I'm pushing it in. Notice that I did not thread it in. You never thread in the dipstick on a Honda engine. You just push it until the threads meet the opening. As long as you have oil on the cross hatches of the dipstick, then your oil level is acceptable. So it's a very simple process. Okay, next we can go ahead and reinstall the rubber drain hole cover. Earlier in the video, I already removed the oil pan from underneath the unit. Next, we can close the right maintenance cover and secure it with the flathead screwdriver. Once the maintenance cover is in place, run the generator for 2 to 3 minutes and check for leaks. After running the generator for 2 to 3 minutes, I opened the maintenance cover and I saw oil below the rubber spout. This actually turned out to be residual oil that worked its way down off of the spout. That's why I mentioned earlier in the video, make sure that you're wiping it thoroughly. Once I cleaned this up and then I ran the engine again for 2 to 3 more minutes, there weren't any more drips of oil, so I was good. This can certainly be alarming at first, but this has happened to me on more than one occasion. Well, that is how you change oil on a Honda EU7000is generator. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more helpful videos just like this one.